Welcome to Keeping Up with the Joneses.
I'm Megan Jones.
And I'm Darnell Jones.
And we are back for another Fantasy Friday.
Bow.
I'm actually quite disappointed this week because I lost for the first time since the beginning.
It's the first one.
The very first
The chip was
draft.
the only one I've won so far, and it was close.
Yeah, this one wasn't close.
This one wasn't close. I won by a landslide, obviously.
Because people didn't know what hit clips were.
Okay, so
Except
first
some
of all,
people.
Beanie Babies, not great toys. Great collectibles, not great toys.
I got
Hit clips,
ripped apart. For
no
Beanie
one knows what a
Babies.
hit clip is.
But the people that did, shout out to you. You clearly were a cool 90s kid.
And albeit Bop It wasn't my greatest choice, but the Beyblades,
No, Bop It. A lot of people really
for you-
like the Bop It.
Fair.
Yeah,
There
a lot
you
of people
go.
said they voted for Darnell because of Bop It. I was surprised about that.
Beyblades got a ton of love for me.
Yeah.
A ton of
People
love. It was my
rock
third
those
choice.
Stadiums, eh?
Yeah, because it was fun. It was an actual toy. I like Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I thought it'd be a hit. A lot of people collected them, but I guess it's not a toy. I use them as toys, whatever.
So we're back this week for 90s cartoons.
Yes.
So we only have kind of one real rule for this one, and
Yeah.
that's it doesn't have to be exclusively only in the 90s, but the bulk of the show needs to be from the 90s, and maybe its best year should be from the 90s. So I'll give an example.
Yeah.
We said Simpsons doesn't count. It started in 89. It's
Yeah.
still on today, so that's 30 years.
Yeah.
Some might argue the 90s were its best years. Some will argue that the early 2000s were its best years.
Yeah.
So we just took it off the board because it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for this one.
And it totally would have been my number one. I
Right.
love The Simpsons. Anyway, so
So here we go. Round one.
my hands are sweating. I'm nervous. Darnell did a lot of research.
I did research. I'm ready for this one.
Okay, so my first choice is a classic, and I think it would also be on your list.
These are all classics. They're all from the 90s.
Oh, yeah, duh. I think it'd be on your list as well, so I'm
Okay.
really happy to take it. Number one being Disney's Recess.
No, not even close. I hate Recess.
I love
I
Recess.
hated Recess.
Really?
I hated it. Not loved it. I hated it.
No, but actually, I love
no, it's
Recess.
terrible. It's terrible.
I felt like you could like resonate with all of the characters. Like you could say to like your friend, "Oh, you remind me of Gus. You remind me of TJ. You remind me of Mikey." Like they were all such classic characters. They saved the playground. They literally saved the
Did
playground.
not save the
Yes, they did.
Oh, in the show. I
Yeah.
think in like real life, like they kept the playground going for 90s babies.
What? Clearly, he's never watched Recess.
I didn't watch anything on the Family Channel.
I'm gonna get lots of votes for Recess because I know it was a hit.
It was a good show for people who like the
Number
Family Channel. Not for me.
one.
Here we go. Team Fresh.
Yeah.
Round one. I can't believe it's still on the board this early. I'm going with Dragon Ball Z. Let's
I would-
go,
I
baby!
would have never picked Dragon Ball Z. So.
Because you don't like the TV show. So,
Okay.
Frieza and Cell, probably the best two villains
Don't even know
from a
who those
90s
are.
TV show. Goku,
know
Gohan,
Goku, that's it.
Vegeta, and everyone's favorite, Krillin.
I don't know who that is, so it means nothing to me.
Dragon Ball Z was absolutely incredible. Okay, so it ran from 96 to I think
Oh, I forgot to say
2000,
about Recess.
2003.
Whoops.
And I think an episode that we're all going to remember, or multiple episodes we're all going to remember, is when Goku is powering up the Spirit Ball for like 3 weeks to kill Boo. Honestly, one of my most...
That sounds so dumb.
Yeah, it was amazing.
He powered a ball for 3
Yeah,
weeks.
but it made sense if you watched the TV show. I'm going to get a ton of votes for this one. Dragon
I don't-
Ball Z.
I don't know if you will.
I totally will.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Here we go. Round 2.
Okay. My second pick. So I believe it's on either every Saturday or every Sunday morning.
Okay.
I remember Scott, my brother, and I hopping on the bunk beds to watch this show religiously week after week. My number 2 is Pokemon. You cannot say anything because it was at its peak in the 90s. It was at its absolute peak in the 90s.
Sure.
Yes, it was. I'm taking this one. Pokemon is my number 2. If you could take Dragon Ball Z, I can take Pokemon.
Okay.
Boom.
Pokemon's been on for like 20 years, but okay.
But
sure.
it started in the 90s.
Started in the
It
late
was a hit in the
90s.
90s. Doesn't
It was mostly a hit in the early 2000s, I think, but we'll leave this one for you to debate. I personally don't think
He's
that's a
just
great
mad.
90s.
He's just mad because that is a killer choice.
But I don't know if it was
We
a
all
great...
loved Ash.
Yeah, for sure.
And
And you know
Pikachu.
what? The first couple seasons are probably the best.
I
I will say that.
went back to watch them.
But it's been on for like
recently.
20 years, and yeah, I
Number
don't know if
two.
I pulled a 90s show,
Pokemon.
but okay.
Number 2, Pokemon.
Number 2, Pokemon.
Woo, woo, woo.
My number 2, I'm gonna go to something a little more G-rated, a little bit more educational.
Oh no!
Something
no!
we all absolutely watched.
That's my number 3.
It was a classic for you if you were stay-at-home sick, alongside of The Price is Right, obviously.
Yeah.
How could you forget about Miss Frizzle and the Magic School Bus, baby?
That was
Let's
my number
go!
3.
Let's go. Okay, so my favorite episode, and one I will never forget, is when
No.
Arnold, who probably should have stayed home every single day, got sick because he turned orange. Do you remember this episode?
I do remember
And
that
they shrunk down to
episode.
like cellular level and went inside of him to figure out what's going on. It turns out to be the keratin and all the oranges he was eating. Or, yeah, all the carrots he was eating, sorry. All the carrots he was eating.
Carrots.
Unbelievable show. I actually learned something in that episode about like oxygen and all that crap. Love that show.
You
So
know what
educational, so
I
much
loved
fun.
about it? In science class in school, when they'd wheel in the TV and the teacher busts a magic school bus, and you're like, for real?
How many cartoons can you say you got to watch at school
I
and at
know.
home, and it was amazing?
It was that and the other guy,
What was the other guy?
the other science guy.
Bill Nye,
Bill
the
Nye.
Science Guy, not a cartoon. Anyways,
Okay.
that's my second Magic School Bus. Here we go,
Oh.
round 3.
Okay, so I'm really sad because that was my number 3, and I wasn't
Fire.
expecting to pull out my 4th pick, which I'll probably get roasted hard for.
I hope so.
I don't even care because I love this show. My number 3 is Arthur.
Okay, I didn't choose Arthur.
I actually loved Arthur. I loved the relationship with him and his family, especially DW. When she got her ears pierced, they turned green. It terrified me, but I still did it.
Did you ever watch it in like the late 2000s?
No.
When
I'm
the
talking
voice
90s.
for
Oh,
Arthur
yeah.
changed? It was a different actor.
Like,
It was
Arthur had puberty?
what's- Exactly.
But he's still the same size.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was a good show though. I love
I
Arthur.
liked Arthur. I might get
Is he an
roasted for
aardvark?
it. He's an aardvark.
Yeah. okay.
Aardvark? Is that how you say it?
Aardvark?
Aardvark? It's a weird word.
It's a weird word.
Anyway, did you like that show?
I love that show.
Okay, good. I thought I might get roasted for it, but
No, it's a good show.
I actually had the Arthur doll.
Okay, that's a.
I think I slept with it.
He was. I wouldn't go as far as to say he was a little creepy, but like he was a little. I'm not sure I'd call him adorable.
Disproportional?
Not disproportional, but I'm not sure I'd want the doll of Arthur.
I loved his
kicking
dad.
around.
His dad was so cute.
You're like 9! What's wrong with you? She likes the older guys.
Oh,
eh?
the dog. I love the dog too. Why, Max? No.
I have no idea. Someone let us know in the comments. We have no idea.
Oh, okay, my number 3 is Arthur.
Arthur, good choice. Good choice. So, I'm torn between 2. One was a Canadian special, and
Okay.
one was just stupid and 5 minutes long.
Okay, wait, so these are 2 you're debating.
These are 2 I'm debating between.
Do the stupid ones.
I kind of want to do the stupid one because I think we can all. Everyone would have seen it. Everyone can resonate
Go
with
for
how
it, Twix.
dumb it was. It's not a Twix pick this time. You know what? I'm gonna go for it because I
Yeah,
think it's funny.
yeah.
I'm going with Pingu.
No, I love
I'm
it.
going
I love
with
that.
Pingu.
I agree.
I'm
I
going
love
with Pingu.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this one. That's exactly it. That was the whole premise of the entire show. So Pingu, this little penguin, when something bad would happen to him, he'd get mad, it would get solved, and then everyone's happy at the end.
Okay.
Every single
Do you remember
episode.
when he would like squish down into a flat?
Yes.
And then he'd pop back up? Okay, if you go back and watch Pengu today, you all you can think is like, were people on something when they made that show?
It's a ridiculous show. I
Like-
think it was made in like Switzerland or
like,
something
what
like that.
kind of drugs were these people
It
using?
was absolutely, and actually, if you go back and look at the history, there was a bunch of them that were banned around the world because there were some that they were kissing. There were some where it was too violent, like he was beating like a
Yeah, blood would come out.
blood would come out for a show meant for like 6-year-old.
But like as kids, we understood what wah meant. Like we just knew.
You just knew it was all just
Oh my God,
visuals.
so
it was
weird.
amazing. My number 3
Oh,
pick, Pingu.
Okay, I actually feel this is gonna be close.
This is gonna be close. I know I'm gonna win this time. This
I don't
is actually
know.
okay. So
Let's
quick
recap,
Quick
recap.
recap. So Team Fresh,
Bing.
we have.
No, wait.
Third, I chose Pingu. Second, I chose Magic School Bus. And for my first pick, Dragon Ball Z.
And for
Team
Team
Max.
Max, my number 3 was Arthur.
Good show.
My number 2 was Pokemon, and my number 1
Questionable.
was Disney's Recess.
So I want you guys to just really think about Pokemon.
If you're gonna think about Pokemon,
Is it
think
really
about
a
Dragon Ball Z.
90s show?
Dragon Ball Z still on today? No.
No, Dragon Ball Z was Dragon Ball, the series, had multiple series, but Dragon Ball Z was a subset of that.
That's not fair. Then Pokemon counts.
No,
Anyways.
you guys let us know. As usual, we'll put the poll up in Megan's Instagram, which we will link below.
Yep.
And if you have any comments, leave them down below. Honestly, this has been a blast. We love doing these.
Yeah.
Let us know if you have any ideas of any other drafts you want us to do. This is the third round of the 90s kind of kids theme.
Oh, and it's the tiebreaker.
And it's the tiebreaker. It's 1-1. This is the tiebreaker. So
What do you mean it's 1-1? Oh, right.
1-1.
Sorry. I thought you meant the series.
you won 90s movies
Yeah.
that you'd watch as a kid, and I won 90s toys. So this is the tiebreaker. We need you guys to help us decide who's going to win.
Team Megs. And if you have an idea for the next series,
Leave it below.
let us know.
And as
We love you
usual,
guys.
We love you guys, and we'll catch you in next week's Fantasy
Fantasy
Friday.
Friday.
Peace.